Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship. And in this video, we're going to talk about leadership, which is a topic that I'm going to discuss over and over again. I could probably make like 1,000 videos on the same topic because I feel like there's such a lack of leadership in society. And one of the things that I'm going to talk about is about how true leaders build teams. And I think that's the opposite of what other people do is that most people, including me, this is how I was raised. I was raised that if I am not the smartest person in the room or I'm not getting the highest scores, then I have no value. Um, Whereas, people who are rich, you'll notice that you kind of tend to notice that they're not the smartest person in the block. And it's kind of like this weird thing. It's like, what? Like I thought I had to be like the smartest person or highest SAT scores or get the best college and or get accepted to the best college. And then, a light bulb turns on that when you're broke and you have a college degree and you can't find a job, or you're in a job and you're not getting to where you want to be, it's not about being the smartest person in a room. I think one of the biggest skills or the skills that are needed for someone in leadership is knowing how to build a team. And I also think that kind of relates to a Google search that I did here is that you also want to kind of be the dumbest person in the room, right? You don't want to do everything yourself. For example, let's say I do real estate, but as a fix and flip project, I've done one fix and flip, right? And I turned it into a rental, and it was kind of ugly and dirty. And then I got a referral to a contractor, another Korean American guy I know. He's like the only Asian contractor I've ever seen, but there's probably more in other states than Georgia. But okay, so he brought his knowledge of construction, brought all the subcontractors. He made the place look beautiful in, about most of the work was done in 2 weeks. And I still know nothing about construction, right? Because my job as quote the leader or the CEO is that I have to be in charge of the overall picture. I have to know how to get the money. I have to know how to find the deal. I have to know how to find the right people to fix the house, right? So one really want to emphasize that you are not the smartest person on the team. So if you're in a fix and flip business, you're not going to really know how to do construction because that's other people's expertise on your team. So let me just kind of show you um, the project that I did. So let me just open this up in photos. And so this was a fix and flip that I did. So what happened is that somebody passed away in this house, beautiful house, 2 acre property, 1,400 square feet ranch house, 3 bed, 2 bathroom. And as you can see, it's kind of not been really maintained. It kind of old, kind of drabby, kind of dirty. Um, I did a home inspection to see what those black particles were. It was like soot or something like that. I forgot the actual term, but I was like, "What's that?" Luckily, it wasn't mold or anything like that because, like, mold has a musty smell, but it was just dirty. And then take a look at that. Garage is dirty. It kind of smelled funny too. Probably if they had a dog living there and not really cleaning up. And so overall, and take a look at that. This was the bathroom. It looks like nobody had cleaned the bathroom in like 20 years or something like that. Because the house was about 20 years old, built into early 2000s, and that was the shower. Um, so as you can see, I engaged in my first fix and flip project. And was I really ever worried about the lack of knowledge? Probably not, right? What I was worried about more than just being able to make a house more beautiful than it is just the overall picture and bringing your team together. So even if it's just one person on your team who has that knowledge, and there's going to be several members who are not really even related to each other. So you may have like a lender as one of the members of your team, an attorney who's going to do your transaction paperwork, and then the general contractor who's going to fix and flip the house, or not fix and flip, beautify the house, renovate the house. And so after 2 weeks, I got a professional photographer to do this, and actually, this is actually the finished ones. It's a little bit more than 2 weeks because some things like the shower glass door took longer to come because of the some shortages. But as you can see, uh, after about most of the work was done in 2 weeks, but you could see how beautiful it looks, right? Um, and some things I eventually updated. So this dishwasher, the contractors convinced me to leave it, but then later on I got a tenant, and tenant said, "Can we get a new one?" And it was only a couple $100. Like, sure, why not? But before the tenant was there, so you could see that everything was painted, everything was modernized. We got a granite countertop, and so for maybe $30,000, we fixed up everything, and yeah, look how it looks, right? So what's my point is that I know absolutely nothing about construction, absolutely nothing. I would have no idea how to do this. So, but I have team members, people who are smarter and more knowledgeable than me, who are part of my team who can help me achieve my goals. And that's kind of the idea of what being a true CEO or a true leader is that you have teams. You bring together team members for that common goal, and those team members should be smarter than you. You should not be the smartest person on your team. And if you are, that is a big mistake. That's why, there's a lot of articles that people who are CEOs, there's a light bulb idea that, hey, the reason why I hire employees is because, they're smarter than me. They're smarter than me. And I'm not saying that the people you work with are necessarily employees, but your team members that you work with should be smarter than you. If they're not, you need to find new team members, right? And that's kind of the issue with working with a lot of people who don't have a leadership mindset, is because they need to be the smartest person. And if they need a smartest person, then they're not open to new ideas, and they can't bring together other people to work together for that common good or goal. Okay. All right. So this is Crane Atlanta Mentorship. If you have any comments, ideas, thoughts, please leave them in the comment box below. If you're interested, and I always make this plug at the end of the video, in joining our group, go ahead and fill out the Google form link below, or you can email us by going to the About page of our YouTube channel and sending us an email saying you're interested in joining, and we'll reply back to you. Okay, have a great day, everybody, and we will speak soon.